Today on Hosh's Kitchen, we're going to do something new. I'm going to call this Garden to Table. This is my second year gardening, and for being a beginner, it's doing pretty well. And we've got a lot of zucchinis and cucumbers and different kinds of peppers and tomatoes. And sometimes I think, including me, you get overwhelmed with all these vegetables. You don't know what to do with them, and you don't want them to go to waste. So what I'm going to do is come up with some easy to do things that are maybe a little different than what you normally do with your garden things to give you something different to try so the food doesn't go to waste. And if you find my videos helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. So for this first one, we're going to do something called Swedish Pressed Cucumbers. They're delicious. They're not like a pickle, but kind of like a pickle, a little bit. It's got a little vinegar and a little sugar and some thinly sliced cucumbers. And my mom and sister and niece went to Sweden about 15 years ago, and they brought me back this Swedish cookbook. And the recipe I'm going to show you is from there. So let's get started on pressed cucumbers. Here's what you're going to need. First, you're going to need a nice cucumber from the garden. Then you're also going to need a colander and a bowl and some Saran Wrap. I'll explain to you why in a second, and a couple of cans. You're going to need vinegar, table salt, sugar, either white or black pepper. I have black pepper here. 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley, and you're going to need a bowl to mix it all up in. Now let's prep the cucumbers. The first step is going to be to slice the cucumbers. Now there's 3 ways you can do it. One, if you're really good with a knife, you could take the cucumber, you want very thin slices. You could do it that way. The Swedish people, according to the cookbook, they'll use a cheese slicer, one of those handheld ones, and they'll just grate it like that and get nice thin slices. I have this mandolin here, and I have it set to the thinnest setting, and all I'm going to do is just work the cucumber back and forth and get nice thin slices of this cucumber. So I'm going to finish that up, and then I'll show you what to do next. I'm done slicing the cucumbers. You can see that mandolin does a really nice job with nice, even, thin cuts. So the next step is we have a colander and a bowl, and we're going to put the colander in the bowl, place the cucumbers in the bowl, or in the colander, and then we're going to sprinkle them with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and mix it around. And what this is going to do is draw some of the moisture out of the cucumbers. So we're going to mix that around. Now we're going to take a piece of Saran Wrap, put that on top, and then take some cans and put the cans on top of the cucumbers. You could even put a plate in there just to make it all even, and hence the term pressed cucumbers. And the weight is going to press some of the excess moisture out. We're going to leave it here for about 10 or 15 minutes. And in the meantime, we're going to mix our ingredients over here. This is going to be kind of the dressing for the cucumbers. And here we have, it's a 1/3 cup of the white vinegar. It's 3.5 tablespoons of sugar. It's a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I'm going to give that a couple shakes. And then 2 tablespoons of the chopped parsley. And I'm going to mix this all together and get it all to dissolve. Then when these are done in about 10 or 15 minutes, we're going to add them to this mixture, and then I'll show you what to do after that. It's been 10 minutes, and now we're going to remove the cans and the Saran Wrap. And you'll see in the bottom of the bowl there's going to be some liquid. That's good. We got some excess liquid out of the cucumbers. So I moved my vinegar and sugar mixture into a Tupperware bowl. I'm going to add my sliced cucumbers. Just like that. Put the top on. Give it a shake to get that vinegar mixture all over everything. And I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight. Definitely let it sit overnight. They taste a lot better the next day. And you get a nice little balance between the vinegar and the sugar and the crispness of the cucumbers. I promise you, if you try this, it's a great way to use up some of those garden cucumbers. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Hosh's Kitchen.